right, so welcome back to another episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden by my name is Menagerie or Cast.
That was my first time doing it in person with you guys.
Coaches! Tonight we are going to be doing roughly 2 hours of Rime of the Frostmaiden, followed by a half-hour break and 2 hours of Candlekeep Mysteries, DM'd by Hank tonight, who had another thing for this game, but he will be here later this evening, so we'll be looking forward to seeing him then. Yes, everybody together in one place on one day, and with everybody together in one place, I think it's time for our first in-person recapitation. Do you have notes for that?
Well, I mean, I do the recaps. I write a lovely narrative every week, and then I read it beforehand, and I try to just off the cuff.
You just off the cuff it every week? I just assumed you had like a prompter or something.
Oh, wow. I mean, sometimes I get so nervous because sometimes I'll pull it up, but then when I'm like thinking about what's next, and I'm like, okay, what? It's like I forget how to read. Anyway, this is not important. So us Chilly Chums, we're all back in Bryn Shander, home freaking base. But we were about to head out into the Tundra again. So we wake up, we're getting ready. Tempest and Molly were like, we're going to get some supplies. Like, we're going to be gone a couple weeks. We need food. And also another axe beak, which we got. So you look forward to that name later, which if you saw last week, you already know it, but whatever. And then Altus, Hugo, and Z were all like, we should go to check out the scroll shop and see if, he has a magic fix for Hugo's problem, which I have named the Sinister Passenger. I just wanted credit for that.
That's pretty good.
So they went to the scroll shop. Scroll guy was very helpful. Didn't know the exact cure, of course, because that would be kind of cheating. So Altus is like, what about clairvoyance? You got that? And he's like, do I got it? Yes, I do. And here it is. So we got that. And then they went next door to the potions shop and got some of the items that you need for these scrolls. Great. Diamonds. That makes sense. Got that. Boom. Left. Looking back. Oh, it is 2 shopkeeps. You learned it first last week. Whatever. Yeah, you learned it. So they got their supplies. We got back together, complete with our 9th or 10th animal, shawarma. We hit the road, and Valen's like, I got some people who are going to help us. And so we go up. She's got a group of elk tribesmen who are going to help guide us. One of them, Hangar, Dreamy, was like, hey, girl, hey. He has a history with Tempest. And isn't that funny timing? So he he made it very abundantly clear he's still in a Tempest. But she's like, yo, I got something going on right now. So thank you, but no thank you. Unless threesome. Oh my God. I probably shouldn't say that. Anyway, after that, we hit the road. We got quite a bit of tundra eaten up. We made it to the waypoint, which is like halfway. It's like this weird spur in the mountain, maybe? Spur? Anyway, we got there, and Altus is like, yo, guys, I got it figured out. Let's do this thing with Hugo. So he's like, Tempest, hold him. So Tempest is holding him. And then he's like, clairvoyance. And he sees into Hugo's chest so he can see the sinister passenger. Oh my God, am I really loud? I'm sorry. So then he's like, then he only can hold one concentration spell at a time, So then he's like, okay, here we go. Drop clairvoyance, banish, boom. Tempest is like, boop, 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 moves to the side because if the banishment comes back, Hugo is now in a different place. And Molly coming in with the magic missile to ready. Boom, we all get to look satisfied for a second. We get a disgusting view of the slot tadpole that was in our buddy. Magic missile, it dead. And then we're all like, that was such a win. We feel really good. Let's have a nice evening. Boom, the ground literally drops out and we be fallen.
Somebody pulled the rug of 10 towns out from under.
Recapitated.
So here's where we start our descent into a furnace campaign.
That's not how that campaign starts.
But it could.
Well, with all of you having celebrated your victory, coming now into this moment of clarity and calm, you fall through the ice. Immediately upon reaching through, you find yourself touching a cold, slick surface as you slide deep into the earth, the light receding from above you into a small pinpoint of a hole, until you are dumped out into a small room. It's upside down. The contents of which are coated in frost. Across from this tunnel is a wooden door that's flush with the ceiling, which used to be the floor. The door is ajar, and flanking it are two identical stone statues that hang down like stalactites. Across from the statues are sconces with upside-down flames burning inside of them. That's where we find you.
Everybody okay? What happened?
I don't know. My back. Oh.
I will immediately go over to Hugo and make sure he's okay, because we're very focused on saving his life. And even though our plan went off without a hitch, I'm sure there must be some internal bleeding, so I'm going to just cure wounds you just in case.
It's just the 5 of us?
It is also Z.
Yes.
I don't have access.
Oh, okay. I'll fix that real quick.
And also, unfortunately, like Coulter said, Hank is currently not with us, so that's why Z isn't here. Chat, who just asked that question.
But he is on the screen.
Valin is with us? She
No.
doubled up. She didn't
It's just
double
the
up.
5 of us.
You all were standing close together celebrating your victory.
We had to pick the one square that was a trap.
I mean, to be honest, this is pretty common for your group, is it not?
Unfortunately, it is.
I mean, we just had a win. Sure, it inevitably is followed up with a crushing loss.
No, I'm not. We did that. We saved Hugo.
You saved Hugo. I punch you.
In the positive.
Thank you. And I'll punch you.
Oh.
So, can we see the opening anymore? Or it's just the tunnel's like black.
Behind you, yeah, it goes basically into darkness as it curves up. If you lean into the tunnel itself and look up, you can see that opening is about 20 to 30 feet above you.
But it's all slick, so no
Ice,
look
yeah.
climbing. Okay.
We have ice climbing
we did?
here.
Yeah. So if you could.
Or we could explore this weird upside down place we've stumbled into.
If it turns bad and goes south, we can ice climb north, which is south here. No. We can. I'm looking at the DM like he's a player.
No, I'm down.
Backup plan: we can climb out if we need, or try.
Whatever we do, I'm happy. Ha!
I'm glad.
So with this room, you have the tunnel behind you, the walls around you that are all solid and slick and oddly smooth. And then, due to the upside-down nature of this place, in front of you, about 4 feet off the ground, is the top of what would be an archway that's opening into a darkened hallway beyond. The flames that are there are just crackling and moving as if they were normal fire, just facing the wrong direction.
I'll walk over here and try to jump up to kind of grab the archway and pull myself.
It's low. It comes up to about here on you, so it's low enough. You can easily climb over if you'd like to.
Can I look around the walls and see if there's maybe a switch or something jetting out that can be twisted or something? Something.
Try an investigation check. Sure.
I would also like to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. Great.
How do you say ritual?
I think you said it right the first time. But you got in your head about it.
Okay, so that'll be 10 minutes for that.
Mhm.
As What'd you get there?
I got an at 20.
He did.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Sorry,
First
sorry.
roll, first nat 20 of in person.
Oh, Helena was recapping, and I just rolled a d20, and it was that one. So I got that out of the way.
So feeling along the walls, Altus, as you're making your way through, this is similar to what you started to discover outside. That this is not, it's not physically made by man. It's not made by nature. It's definitely crafted by magic. Just the amount of smoothness and precision that this is. There's also no features on any of these walls except for the statues ahead of you in the archway. There's nothing that would like move or no switches that you could use.
Okay.
Do I see anything when I look in the archway?
So looking through that archway, there is a long hallway about 20 feet across or 20 feet deep. You can see that there's 2 doors off of it and what appears to be crumbled stairs that would have been in the ceiling. Or are currently on the floor. Oh god, no, I'm going to get mixed up. There are crumbled stairs that are in the ceiling that would have been on the floor the other way around.
Okay,
So, like-
see the upside down.
So stairs leading up to our floor or down into a different floor?
So they are, I'm going to reveal this and it'll make it a little bit easier.
Oh, that's in the other room, not this room.
Yes. Now, those stairs are totally blocked by rubble.
Oh, okay. So
It's
I'll
collapsed.
just, I'll just kind of stand right.
Or currently on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You put it
follow,
right there.
Okay.
and I'm gonna follow Tempest through the archway.
If only this was a touch.
I know. Someday.
I can't say anything because I'm in the middle of a ritual. But I would really like to tell my companions to wait until my ritual goes off.
All right, so coming off of this room, there are 2 more archways very similar to what you crossed through to get into the hallway, both 3 to 4 feet off the ground and leading up open to the ceiling. I also just realized that if I do this, I'm going to point into that camera.
Yeah.
The things you'll learn. Okay.
Can I take out something small from my bag and see if it goes to the ceiling?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll take out, I'll cut a length of rope and just let go.
Falls to the floor.
Our floor.
Yes. And I'm going to keep referring to relative to y'all.
Okay.
versus-
Okay. Thank God.
That makes my brain hurt less. so-
Well,
How far did approximately do we feel like we fell?
It's between 20 and 30 feet that you slid down here.
Oh, okay. So not terrible. To potentially get out.
Tempest, what do you see through that archway?
That's a door. Is the door open?
They're open archways,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
you got
okay.
it.
Let's do that. Or try that.
So that one there? Okay. I'll reveal that for you here. All right. Tall bookshelves affixed to the outer wall have spilled their contents onto the ceiling-turned floor. A large table lies on its side, one leg broken. A 5-foot-wide tunnel in the floor to the east leads further down.
Can I make any kind of roll that do I know what kind of structure this once was? Is it a ship? Is it a house?
Go ahead and roll history.
Oh,
I don't
great.
think that you have encountered where this came up in the story prior. Okay. Yeah,
It's
this...
under 4. Or it's 4, around 4.
It's too bad we're not playing 3.5 edition where they had a skill roll for architecture and
It's fun.
engineering.
So useful, comes up so often.
So often.
Okay, so no, this room is very obviously a library, but as far as the whole of what you've seen so far, you really just haven't seen enough of it to make a determination.
That is actually a good homebrew rule to make history just instead of history, general academics. So like natural sciences and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting.
5.5. All right.
Would I, in any of my religious studies, know of anything that has to deal with the Frostmaiden and turning stuff upside down? I still can't get past that.
I mean, I won't make you roll for that. No, there's nothing about Oriel and turning things upside down. You know that her primary facets are preservation if she's going to be affecting an object.
Right.
So it's not really something like
we've gone through her trials and everything, trying to figure out.
Nothing was about being back asswards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there anything magical in this first room? As I look around and see all my friends gone?
All of the sconces and flames are magical.
Okay.
So that's an immediate thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a general glow of a place that has been imbued with magic for a long period of time, but nothing that's an active magic aside from the flames in this room.
Well, can I make a straight int check to see if Rio's supposition is correct and Malai might be smart enough to make it?
No.
Okay.
Is it something that Malai could have encountered?
It's not something that I can encounter. I have a theory. I'm not saying this is what it is.
If it's not, if Malai,
character theory.
If Malai couldn't have encountered it or couldn't have come up with it on his own, then we can't use it.
Well, I was just thinking that the structure seems to me like a wizard's tower. Given the magic sconces and the upside down shape and the stairs going up.
That's fair enough. That's
what I was saying.
Yeah.
I wasn't a specific place.
If you want to go ahead and roll intelligence for that, yeah.
Okay, that's 10 plus I have at least 5. So,
based on the statues themselves being shaped like what would appear to be a human wizard, and the never-ending flames, that is a
and the general magic staining of the place.
Molly could definitely figure something like that out.
So I'm going to move into this area with Tempest and the library area. It seems to be almost like an upside-down wizard's tower, like it was uprooted from a place and then just kind of deposited upside down, because the flames in the beginning room aren't affected by the inverted gravity just because they're magical in nature, and everything else, like your rope, seems to be affected normally by gravity. So it's not as if the place is suppositioned. It seems almost like it's just upside down.
That's stupid.
So do we go down to go up through the tower?
Well, we would technically go up to go.
We would go down to go. Yes.
Yeah. So how do we? And then, I'm assuming I'm talking to you guys to do the archway. How do we? And then I just point up to the stairs.
To be honest, with enough time, I could get us out through the exit tunnel, but I am quite curious to see to figure this out, and we seem to be in relative safety. If it's any consolation, I would definitely like to explore a bit. But
so this isn't gonna cave in on us?
Oh, it very well might.
Oh,
but it hasn't yet. Nothing's tried to kill us yet, which might be a personal record. And
well, will Len wait for us if we're down here for longer than half a day?
I don't think she has any choice.
You said it was 20 to 30 feet up?
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to help us.
Can I have Z use... Oh, he can't. He's not telepathic. He can't send a message. Did any of you guys have a message? I thought Z had it, didn't he? Usually I have his character sheet up on my computer and I don't.
I don't either.
I think I have a message, actually.
Give us just a moment while we find out what our missing player has available. The combination of doing tech things and Hank missing has not quite hit us yet.
Well, it's just like
another archway area.
Sure, are you gonna go in there?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so while they are figuring out if Z has the ability to message, our other two adventurers here will continue to explore further. Coming into this other room, you're starting to get the shape of what this floor looks like. All of these rounded walls and spaces fit to it. This room contains shattered and jumbled equipment, much of it near two heavy wooden work tables on one side, the other upside down.
Are there any gems in
Yeah,
here? I would like
so-
to investigate for gems.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, that's not too bad. Investigating. 18.
So digging through all of the jumbled equipment that's on the floor and kind of pulling things apart, mostly you just find broken glass. Whatever was contained in it is gone at this point, but you do find a heavy iron key.
Put that in a bucket.
So he does have message.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Z to just message to Valen. We're okay. We're looking for a way out. We found something interesting. We're going to look around for a bit.
Okay.
I don't know how many words I have.
Do you have to see him? You don't have.
No, you just have to know you have to know who you're speaking to, and they have to be within 120.
So Z almost immediately gets back. Well, I'm not going to continue this without all of you, so please try to make it worthwhile.
Understood. And then Z says in his breath,
Whoa.
Z's being feisty today.
I'm glad I got it.
Okay, so you've discovered so far a library and what appears to be a workshop. There is a hole in the floor of the library, and then there is an additional door off of this workshop.
Can I go to this giant hole and investigate it?
Yeah.
I would like to cast light on one of the rocks around and drop it into it.
So most of this area now that you're getting into is all dimly lit. Those sconces continue in each of the rooms. So there is a general light, and you can see, even looking at it before you cast light, that there is light in the room below as well. Sending that below into the next room, you see this glint of metal, what appears to be a cage on the ground. Not much else is in sight. It seems from the shadows that there are walls nearby. And then just on the edge of it is another hole.
There's two holes? Or there's a hole?
Deep down in the hole, you can see just the edge of what appears to be another hole.
Altus, can you assist me?
Yeah. What do you need, Molly? I go in the room.
Well, as you are the lightest of us, but also not being as fragile as Nazashi, I was hoping I could lure you into this hole.
Oh, boy.
All right. Don't drop me.
So I'm going to attach a python from the climbing kit to the ground with rope, and then I'll just steady the rope as he slowly rappels down into the hole.
Okay, excellent. It's not difficult to do. It's not a terribly far drop, maybe 20 feet total from where you are to the floor below.
You wear a hat.
Have a top knot.
A top knot? Does it have a hair tie?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to cast light on the hair tie. So now you can position light with your head.
Okay. So as you were lowered into the next room, what are the two of you doing in the workshop?
It's a good idea to keep going down, or do we try to get out?
Yeah, I can't imagine there'd be anything good in here. Why is this building under ice?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should probably catch up with the others and see what they're doing. Or, well, actually, let me just look through that door real quick.
Okay. Looking through the next door here, you see the circle starting to close in on itself. The floor of this room is covered with shards of glass, frozen pools of spilled fluids, and the wreckage of two cabinets. In a niche in the far corner of the room, a metal chest is bolted to the ceiling. Its lid is locked.
A chest that might fit the key in that? Okay. Hey, can you check for traps? Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I do, for sure.
I hear her yell that, and I go, Tempest, if you come take over for me, I can do that as well.
I didn't yell. I don't think you heard.
Oh.
I would like to check for traps.
Oh my god, this is how they die.
If anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be me.
Yeah, I am using you to fish
Give me-
for
Give me an investigation check.
That's good. That's real good.
Because I
Are we
found this
competing
key.
for?
That's 2.
Are we competing for number of character deaths this campaign?
I think so.
2.
2. Oops.
Looks great.
No, it looks fine.
I tried to put my key into that chest.
Okay.
Is it too high off the ground for you to do that?
No, it's you can reach it. It's pretty hefty. So it's going to be one of these numbers, but we can
I'll
reach it.
give you
I'll try
boost
not.
up.
Okay, thank you. And I'll try not to get hit by falling whatever. I'll try to be ready to not get hit by
Little
whatever
did she
falls
know,
out.
this chest is just filled to the brim with alchemist fire.
No traps, but it's actually so.
Just a trap.
It's
One
just
big
rocks.
So you
It's
said
just
you
rocks.
are preparing to.
Yeah, like I'm gonna turn the key and then I guess he's boosting me up, so I can't really like. All right, I'm turning the key. I'm ready.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity save.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay, so your preparations were appropriate, and as it opens, you're able to push your arms under, and several vials come rolling into your hands. You now have 4 potions, and none of them cracked.
Thanks. And that's all that was in there?
Nothing else seems to hide inside.
Okay. All right. I guess maybe these could be helpful, or we throw them at people. Who knows?
We either drink them or we throw them.
The only 2 responsible options for potions. Okay.
Did you want to look more in here, or should we just go back?
I guess I'll do just a general investigation check around again. I'll do it in. I feel like we didn't do it in this room, right?
Tempest got an 18 plus something to find the key.
In that room, yeah. The key.
Okay, so this room we haven't done anything yet, right?
No.
Okay, so I'll do an investigation.
Okay.
It's an 11, I think.
I mean, it appears that a lot of potions are broken on the floor of this room. You can kind of see on the map there those green and purple splotches. Makes sense with the chest, but nothing else besides broken glass and puddles.
A lot of trash around.
I mean, I guess that happens when your home gets turned upside down.
Well, it just seems like nothing else is really affected by it, though. Just us and I don't know.
Was it like put into was like tipped over and then shoved down? No, I don't know.
I just want to clarify in case. I just want to clarify in case it wasn't totally clear. That. So all of these things were affected by it. That's like why they're shattered, because they would have been above you and then they hit the floor. If that makes sense?
Yep.
They weren't secure.
And we will take just a moment because this was actually going to go back to you 2. And I think Rio just went to let Hank in the house.
Hank is here.
Hey there.
Thanks for our pause, everybody. We got the very important.
So
We're complete again!
Felina.
We're going to blow out people's headphones. Oh no! I can reach over and touch you. Okay. All right. Are we recording already? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, sorry. Okay. So we will catch Hank up a little bit on what's happening real fast. So you all ended up in this round building that Malai has hypothesized is a wizard's tower based on the accoutrements of the building. So far, yes. And several of the... you already know what happened.
A little bit.
Okay. So far they've explored what appears to be a workshop and a potion storage room where Hugo and Tempest found 4 potion bottles that they were able to safely rescue as they fell out of an upsetting chest.
That's where it just stopped.
And the library in the other room where the 3 of you are, where Malai is currently winching Altus down into the unknown depths.
Oh, joy.
So, Altus, going over to you. As you are lowered down into the quasi-darkness, as you start to see a little bit easier when you come through here.
Well, I cast light on his...
Oh, yeah, no, that's yeah. As you start to see a little bit easier as you come through here, that the room is decently lit, kind of as the room's above you, but you have this spotlight that you've been given. This room contains 2 metal cages, both badly damaged.
Okay.
Nearby, 2 roughly dug tunnels, one that you're coming through in the ceiling and one in the floor next to you, lead to other areas. Narrow windows along the bowed outer wall afford you a glimpse of the earth into which the structure has impaled itself. You can see rock layers as it comes down with veins of ice cutting through them.
Hey, Coulter, can I make a quick nature check to see what caused this hole?
You're not in the room to see the windows yet.
No, I mean the hole that I'm lowering him
I
into.
see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, that is not great. Sorry, guys. I have to monitor Twitch chat and switch to my character sheet all at the same time.
That is A-okay.
And then once you get the character sheet open, which takes forever to load, then you have to go to the skills page.
We will get better with more practice.
Okay, so that's an 11?
There's no natural creature that you can think of that would have made this.
But does it look like it was dug still, or does it look like just a natural? Because it looks
With
on
11
here like a very much so tunnel that something dug.
Yeah, I mean, with an 11, it seems pretty like jagged. The edges aren't normal. So it's not something that was like bore with a drill or something. It's definitely something that was created through.
I'm going to yell down to Altus. Altus, does it look like something broke out of those cages, or they just fell apart?
That's what I was going to ask. Are they broken open, or are they just tattered and torn?
Are you going to get closer to them to see?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of them you can see from where you are. This guy here next to the hole. Yep. Can I click?
Yeah, I don't want to be that.
This guy here holds a dried out carapace of what would appear to be like an insect-like person just on the edge of the cage itself inside. The other one appears to have been broken in the fall, and there's nothing inside of it.
Okay, can I, because I have a beacon of light on top of my head, can I look around for footprints?
The frost in
Or
this
footprints?
area seems generally undisturbed.
Not like that. I'm going to shout up, I don't think I'm alone in here.
As in you see another creature, or you just have a foreboding feeling?
I see, I'm sorry, what did you describe the insect?
It looks like it's the
Carapace.
carapace of an insect-like humanoid or person.
And let's just say for a second, I don't know what carapace means.
It's the shell.
Like the
shell body.
For all you viewers.
Have you ever seen a locust?
Yeah.
Like when they it's that's the carapace.
Oh, okay. I'm going to, instead of trying to, on the spot, rehash that, I'm just going to shout up, there's a carapace of an insect-like humanoid.
Thingy.
Coulter, hearing that, I would like to cast Spider Climb on myself and then start walking down the tunnel while still holding his rope.
Okay, and so it's the actual tunnel width is maybe like this.
Oh,
Yeah, they're like holes in the.
so it's only this wide?
No. This like, so you can't really get both of your feet on the side of it because it's only like this thick. If that makes sense.
Okay.
But I mean, with Spider Climb, you could step on the inside of it, but just for clarity's sake.
Okay. I thought it was more
It's
of a
not a
tunnel.
tunnel.
No, yeah, no,
It's just a
they're
hole.
really. It's like you can see that it's basically the depth of the floor. Is
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Is it possible to like crawl through the hole and onto the ceiling? Of that
Yeah,
room?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
I'll do
your
that.
your plan works. I just was like, okay, clarity. Yeah. So you are now on the ceiling of this room with all of the flames still pointing down, casting shadows up.
Okay, so I'm gonna lower you to the floor,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and then the rope is still attached up there if you want to climb down.
Yeah, I'll climb down.
Also, could you send a message to Hugo and oh my god,
Tempest.
Well, I was trying to say Dream. I was like, that is not this
Wrong
character.
game.
Yeah, I'll point in the direction that I think they are and hope it gets to them.
Yeah, you guys.
We are
You're really
going
close.
over.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
As you walk through the door, you get mentally assaulted by Z.
We're going
Jeez.
down, we're exploring.
Okay. All of you see Jussie standing there as the other two have descended already.
So I'm working my way down.
Inside the room, you do see that there are two doors aside from the other hole that leads to the next level.
I would like to walk normally, because I'm now upside down, over to one of the doors and open them.
So which one would you like to open?
This one?
That one?
This one on the
I mean,
south wall?
Okay.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
All right. So opening that, nothing seems to be locked so far as what you've seen. They're either open archways or doors that are half broken. This one opens easily enough into this next space here. An upside down table sits in the middle of the room and books are scattered around it. Clinging to the bowed outer walls is an upside-down fireplace. Along the same wall is a window with nothing but hard-packed earth beyond it.
Okay. This room doesn't have any horrible hell creatures in it.
That's
a
refreshing.
start.
Yep. Ladies first.
I think I'll stay up here just in case anything happens. But I'll ballast you if you want to climb down.
Sure. No.
Yeah. Okay, easy enough. Inside this other room that you found, that appears to possibly be a study, there are 2 more doors leading off of it.
Yes, I would like to go to this far left door.
Okay.
Or right?
Left.
We're upside down.
We're upstairs.
West.
Ooh, those look like bones?
This room contains the shattered remains of a desk and some chairs. You quickly discover that all sound is muted here.
I will stick my head back out. I found a silent room, which I don't know what that purpose would have.
Torture chair?
I still have detect magic open. So is it obviously
It's a permanent silence spell.
Okay. It seems to be a permanent silence spell in this one room. Oh, perhaps for keeping other wizards captive.
Torture.
Say, there are the shattered remains of a desk on the floor, as well as upturned plush chairs.
Maybe a meditation room of some kind.
Interrogation.
I'm gonna go to that door.
Okay. This one, the door itself is hanging off the hinges, so you have to pry it outward, but it falls onto the floor with a clank that you can hear echo above and below you. And inside is a rubble-cluttered spiral staircase that appears to lead further down. Still impassable.
It's impassable.
Yes.
Impossible.
And then is this a separate room from that one?
It is not. Yeah, it's just a wall there, so it's not connected to the other room.
Okay, if nobody minds, I'll run over to that one.
All right. Opening up that door, it is an impassable staircase that you can kind of surmise led to the other impassable staircase that you saw.
I was going to say, this was impassable as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and that's something that is not wanting to reveal for me. Thank you. You can easily determine just from spatial reasoning that those 2 should connect.
Can I lay on the ground at that next hole and then peek in and see what I can see with the light still?
Sure. Yeah.
What is the light room?
My top knot.
I use my arcane tinkering to turn his top knot into a head knot.
What you can kind of see from where you are, poking your head through, is possibly a laboratory. There's lots of upside-down storage cupboards and empty shelves.
And just for due diligence, can I do an investigation on these 2 rooms together?
Sure. Go right ahead. I will tell you ahead of time that the smaller room, it's just the table and chair, so you're not missing anything there. Go ahead and give me
18.
18. There are several books that are actually still intact. And as you check through, it's kind of clear that pieces of this area were disturbed, possibly books removed, as there are rectangular patches of the ice that is thinner than the others without a slide or something to notate natural motion.
So I'm going to gesture for one of my allies to come in and investigate that as I am on the ceiling.
You do find Adjamar's Guide to the Fantastic and The Unfettered Mind.
Ooh, hand me those.
We're going.
I poke my head out and yell, I found a laboratory!
Be right there. To those Z.
I'll grab the books and them all.
I try and figure out a way to put them in my bag without spilling anything in my bag. So I'm assuming my bag is hanging in front of my face. And I'm
drop them inside of it.
I go to pull the bag of holding and I'm like, I'll let you figure this one out.
All right. So are you...
Just a question.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't mean
No,
to
you're
interrupt you. Do either of those books, do I feel like they would help me with my overall goal of fixing the Summer Star?
From the titles, it's really hard to tell.
Okay.
You'd have to do some like reading with them.
Which I'm obviously not going to do right now because that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, based on the titles, it's hard to surmise.
Is that how it is on stream?
What happened? Oh no, that went wonky. Mark, I think it's something that's actually on. I think it's on that itself, because nothing else changed. I think something jumped on there. So while we are getting that map fixed, the joys of live programming. It's going to be the one that's titled Zoom. Yeah, I have no idea why I did that.
Don't you just need to like bring that down? Yeah?
Thank you again for your patience as we learn. Well, relearn, I guess. Yeah, drag it all the way up to where it should be, Mark.
Then we'll just
We'll crop it. So that works.
Sure.
Now you can make it bigger as well, just as you normally would make things bigger on a computer.
While Mark is
Cool, perfect.
fixing on.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
But
I would like to, instead of just poking my head in, I would like to now actually kind of brace myself and try to look in and see if there's anything moving, anything alive, any more cages.
You might want to.
project.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were whispering to me, friend.
Yeah, you're really low on the stream.
Okay.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Just pretend like this is Coulter's Fair.
Just yell
It's
it.
right there.
We'll get it cut out and we'll just put it right there.
Yeah, which is going to block the sound again, and then we're starting over.
Okay. I
So
would like
trying to
to,
get a better.
actually kind of like almost lower myself in as much as I can without losing grip.
Give me a dex check.
I would like to hold on to it.
Okay.
Also, we could just do what we did with the last hole. We have several climbing
I
kits.
can see him doing this, right? Because the hole
Yeah.
is like straight
No,
through.
your whole
With Hugo hanging on to you, you don't have to take the
over
check.
here.
Okay. I'm
It
dexterous.
doesn't look like they were
No, he said that we could see the edge of the hole from the first hole earlier.
right. Yeah, if you look through, but it doesn't go straight down.
No, there's like they're like punched, and then another one punched.
Right.
And another one punched.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's hanging through into this area here on level 3, and you can basically at this point you can get a full sight of the room. The chamber appears to have been part of a wizard's laboratory, as evidenced by the upside down storage cupboards and empty shelves fastened to the walls. The shattered glass and alchemical equipment strewn across the floor, and the arcane symbols painted on what is now the ceiling. In the middle of the space, 5-foot wide passageways punched through the ceiling and floor lead to other levels. Near them, a partially collapsed wall exposes a room that lies beyond. And I will let that out because you could see that as well. There's the partially collapsed wall.
Where am I? I'm sorry.
We are over here. That's where you're that's where your head's poking through.
Okay. Everyone, there seems to be a wall we can get through.
Again, I'll say, do we really want to keep going down?
It's obvious that a wizard of some sort lived here. It might be fortuitous.
To be honest, have we found any way to go the other direction yet?
I mean, I'm sure we could. You're walking on the ceiling.
Yes, but I can only do that for so many times. It would take us at least...
For 30 feet?
Well, no, but I can only cast it on one person at a time.
Right, but if you climb the ceiling and then anchor
Let
around,
down rope.
and then we go up and then you do it again. I mean, this is 3 floors now. How much more do we think we
Do
can
you
go?
see another floor? Altus?
Do I? I just see like the
There's
hall.
another hole.
There's another hole there, yeah.
There's another hall. It goes. There's another floor. Keeps going.
I'd like to crawl around to the floor of this one and then just crawl into that room now. Ceiling?
Into the laboratory.
The newest one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see much of what he did. and I'll light up the rest of the space for you all here.
Also, as I go, I'm going to grab Altus and kind of hold him as I go in so that I can bring him with me. And then just kind of spot him like a spotlight.
I don't know. Are you strong enough to do that?
With
your
with
mech
Atlas,
suit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's much the same as what you had seen before. Are you investigating the room, or what are you?
I'm going to lower you to the ground, Altus.
Okay.
2 more doors leading off, as well as the open space.
Well, I'd like to walk up to the eastern door.
Point it to me on the map, because we're making up directions here. Okay.
Yeah, that's true north.
I am.
I was doing top of the map. True north.
Oh, okay. That makes sense as well.
Wizards of the Coast likes to change that up sometimes.
I know that this is your favorite at this point. It is another crumbled staircase that appears to go to the room above you.
I'm just gonna and then walk to the other
doorway?
Yeah.
As you approach the other doorway, you can hear talking inside.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna motion to Malai. Like motion, like talking, and I'm gonna point to the archway.
I'm going to stick my head back up, look straight at Z, and go,
You can't see Z, I don't think.
oh, I thought you moved back into that room.
I haven't yet, no.
Then I'm going to go to Hugo. Hugo.
What?
Get everyone!
Oh, everybody! Tempest, I think we need you.
Do I hear anything as
as there is this yelling that echoes up and down from the floor that Hugo is on, the talking goes silent.
I go to cover my headlamp bulb, and I motion to
I will remind you that the room is well lit still.
I know, it's just reflex.
Okay. And you do hear, as you do that, what the devil?
I start to climb down, and I leave a rope anchored up here
Okay.
for us to quickly climb it back.
And then I help people through this one.
As that's going on, can I ready guiding bolt? Or
Sure.
Guiding bolt.
And I secure another rope too.
As Tempest makes her way down, the door opens inward. Review. As a young man dressed in red robes steps into the doorway and says, "Oh, we weren't expecting any company. Lovely to see you all. Welcome to, whatever this place is."
Hello, and I'm gonna with a hand kind of like motion to Malai stand down.
I was preparing combat.
I was.
As he speaks, a white steps up behind him, heavily armored, and folds its arms.
Somebody make a history check, guys.
Yeah, can I do a...
Mala is the only one. Well, me and you wouldn't know what this is because we've never left 10 towns.
I've been a lot of other places.
You're from Eberron.
Yeah.
Never.
There's not whites in Eberron.
Oh no.
Oh, something else. Sorry. I think he was looking at something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely make a roll for whites.
I
I'm cheating because I know what it is.
I'm also very familiar with this country in Faerun, so
Yeah, it's like you and Helena.
I marvel at the art that is Hank's dice box.
I know, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so nicely put together.
History, so that's a street 12.
Okay. I mean, you know how whites are made. It's the same in Faerun as it is in Eberron as far as the reincarnation kind of thing or resurrection sort of thing.
Yeah.
And romantic.
can our not bard make a history check that he just rolled without asking you?
So what I'm trying to get better at doing over time,
Mhm.
and this is, I think it's actually easier in person because we can kind of talk things out as we go. But I'm trying to figure out why we're making checks.
Yeah.
So like,
Why you would
if
do
we're
that.
trying to figure out what a white is, if trying to figure out if there's a history book, so what is give me a context.
Growing up in Neverwinter, would I have encountered what's menacing behind who I'm speaking with?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah. So you know what a white is. I mean, you can
Okay.
identify it immediately.
I was more having him roll to see if he would recognize the very distinct uniform.
They are not terribly active at present.
Okay.
Would there? It's not a uniform that
Rio
Altis
will be
is trying
quiet.
to research.
No.
Okay.
You will. What was your role?
18.
This feels like a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. That you would be enough familiar. Detail beyond that.
And another necromancer.
And actually, can you? I'll give you this from your history check. You saw this man burned alive in East. Yeah. When you all took the ferry from East Haven and you were all coming in, you saw this man burned
No,
alive.
we didn't take
This is the one that I thaumaturgy just flames all different colors.
I knew it
First move.
because wizards are wily.
No one tell him about the bag of tricks.
You're supposed to
from
be
him?
dead.
Well, I thought you blocked
No.
I'm supposed to be. What?
I'm sorry. My name is Altis.
Altus, lovely to meet you. I am Zahn. He takes out a hand and shakes yours firmly. Is this a premonition?
No, I was. Fill me in. What city? What town were we in? 10 towns?
East Haven.
East Haven.
You were
Haven.
East Haven. Was
East Haven.
That's where we met that fabulous French captain of the guard.
I was in East Haven, and they had a wizard being burned as tribute, and it was you.
He gets a strange blankness to his face.
I'm sorry if that's too forward.
And he turns to the white and says, well, that changes things, don't you think? And the white, you can see at that news, also went blank, but rather than recovering as the man in front of you did, has stayed as such.
Can I detect magic? Is there any active enchantments going on?
I mean,
with
you
that?
still have it open?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he is full body glowing.
What's the school?
I'm trying to remember what the school is, and I'm pretty sure it's necromancy.
Can I make an Arcana check to make a guess?
I just don't know.
Doesn't really last.
Yeah.
Probably big comment. Right.
I
I would be willing to cast it again if I came across it. So if that's an issue, I'll cast
So-
it again.
would say that I don't know how you would have come across this spell before,
Mhm.
but it is illusion magic.
So it is illusion.
Yes.
I'm going to keep quiet at
As
this point. But I'm going to keep observing and trying to figure out what's going on.
I know we've just met, and at this point, are all of you in the space down here?
Yeah.
He will step through the doorway as the other one comes behind him into the doorway as well, seeming to now have his eyes locked onto the young man as he gestures to all of you. But could I trouble you all for a great favor? I can explain everything, and I think I can explain why you have seen my misfortune, and then perhaps we could all help each other out a little bit in this front.
While he's saying that, detect thoughts.
Okay.
So I just get surface thoughts. So like whatever his surface is.
He is elated.
Like elated, like, hey, I'm a vampire, I'm gonna eat something elated.
Just super.
Or like
He is very happy and excited about the news.
That he's dead?
he's just happy. Okay, alright. Can I shift to the white?
Undead. You can't read undead. I didn't think.
Thanks, DM.
I was as As I was about to say, it is blank. There is like this vague sense of irritation, but nothing beyond that. It's like listening through static.
Lost in stereo. All right.
Yeah, it's a cough.
Okay. If you, hello. I'm Zom. This is my bodyguard Krintos.
Hugo.
Hugo, nice to meet you.
Shake
Each of your hands. This is what we believe is a tower of the Netheries that has been slammed into the ground. Possibly something of a break off of Yithrin, as far as what we've been able to tell.
What?
Yes.
This is more of a Malai culture thing, but the books I found aren't in Netherese, are they?
No.
So, I mean, that would indicate that somebody's used this since Netherese.
You'd have to identify the books, but I mean, the Netheries collected from all over.
But did they speak common?
And so
that's why I'm confused.
Yeah,
because
that makes
we've
sense,
encountered Netherese books before.
And yes, so this is a retcon, but yeah, those two were in common. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that wouldn't immediately tip me off that it's not that.
No. And it has some leftover magical potential, as I'm sure you've all seen, that I can't quite access. But with your help,
may I say something potentially rude? Without intending.
Please, you're the first people we've seen come through in months at this point.
That was good, my life.
Thank you. It seems that you are cloaked in some kind of illusion effect, and that makes me distrustful of you.
Oh, I'm a simulacrum.
Oh.
Yes.
So you're not actually the man who died?
No, but I would very much like to be.
What?
Oh,
and then I get it. What he's mean?
Well, you see, there is a chamber on the lower level of this building, upper, that has the ability to turn illusion into reality. And Krintos here was fighting me on this idea of trying to become a real boy, as it were. But
try to poke him in the head. He's solid.
He's solid, yes. I have full faculties. If you could all help me, I think that you would now support this decision, as he turns back to the White, who is still just kind of slack at this news, and we can continue on my journey.
And what is your journey?
Well, I haven't been informed on all of it, but I cannot take in any new information or grow at this time, and I believe that if I could become fully what I am supposed to be, then I could find that out.
I'm gonna look over at Tempest and just the slyest.
If this is what you're saying it is, and it is a weird, crazy magic thing, what are we up against? I mean, I just got my life saved. I don't want to go and...
Oh, there's really no danger to you. I just need somebody living there when it happens.
Why?
It won't recognize me, as I am illusory, and it won't recognize Zahn, because he is dead.
I'll do it like that. Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Can I do an insight check too?
Sure, yeah.
I
You guys
do
can.
not trust
That is a
the
10.
thing this guy says.
Krintos, excellent.
His name is Zahn?
Zahn, D-Z-A-A-N.
D. Okay.
That's a
Zahn.
The 10? What would you have?
I had a 16.
So you can't get a solid grasp on him. He's a little bit slippery, but nothing seems wrong necessarily. He seems genuinely ecstatic, and you get that fully confirmed. He doesn't believe that what he's telling you could bring any harm to you. He's just excited to find somebody that can finally help him.
What are your plans after? Say we help you. get you to transform. I'm not sure how that works. What's your plan?
I would like to complete my former master's mission of. I think it's just Dave coming home, probably. I would like to complete my former master's mission of finding Ithrin. And I believe that if...
To clarify, by master you mean the original that you are a simulacrum of?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to be a little bit hard to get used to the change. I apologize for the semantics.
I only clarify to understand that there's not a third party.
Oh, just the two of us that way, I suppose. And he looks back at Krintos, who has his arms folded again and grunts.
Why were you looking for Yithrin?
Well, I wasn't.
Well, why was your master? Who are you trying to...
And also,
down?
to clarify, what is Yithrin? We've never heard this term before.
I thought...
Well, it's a Netheril city that is rumored to be buried in the ice of the glacier far to the east.
You're telling me that there is a Netheril city buried deep in the ice in 10 towns and no one has discovered it yet?
I mean, you're standing in a portion of it presently, and I only know of one other group that's made its way through here.
That is something.
I think I'd like to hear the answer to his question.
Oh, I don't entirely know. My hope is that in becoming whole, some of the gaps will be filled in for me as well.
Okay, so detect thoughts. I'm probing, so I need a wisdom check from him. And I'm going to ask him, so you don't know why you're going to Yithrin?
I do not. And he gets a save for that.
Wisdom.
Thank you.
Okay, what is my save for this?
It's
Do you know that your
right
detect
there.
thoughts also gives you advantage on insight checks?
And-
It does not for me because it's not a spell that I learned.
Oh, because on the doppelganger monster block it has that included.
So I'm not a doppelganger, I'm a shape changer.
For your all benefit there, that is this gentleman. And I can...
Ooh!
And, yeah.
That's not the handout, but still.
No, it's not. Mark, could you exit out of that?
Yes.
Hey, you. But you saw the picture of him.
It doesn't seem to be wearing red robes, ironically enough.
No.
But
But it's written this.
It's kind of like Harry Dresden, where they always have him with a hat, but he
Just
specifically
never
says that he never wears a hat.
All right, so with that, he has rolled a 20.
Okay, so he knows that I'm probing his thoughts.
Does he know you specifically, or just that
No,
someone?
he knows that someone is probing his thoughts. It's not painful. He just knows that someone is trying to read his thoughts. He can contest it. Then since he did, he can force it to end if he wants.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Please, I am more than happy to be honest with all of you. If you want to zone of truth me, I just want to be real.
You can understand our nervousness as, if you turn out to be a terrible person, we assisted in that happening.
That is fair.
And you are accompanied by, no offense, Krintes, was it?
Krintos, yes.
Krintes.
Yeah.
You are, undead. What would often be considered abomination. I don't personally share those views, but most people would.
Such tact.
I would say Krintos is harmless, but I have seen him killed before, but only in defense of, myself.
To be honest, we can't really judge that. Our gesturing towards Tempest has murdered several people in our presence as well.
These are dangerous times in the world.
I say we help him.
Now, Zahn, my concern isn't with your immediate goals. It is with goals once the task at hand is complete. I know these robes. I don't know if I like these robes.
brothers?
I think I'll
Arcane
Okay,
Brotherhood.
Oh, Arcane.
Well, we're already contracted to another person, so
Okay, maybe we tell this. Maybe we tell Valen.
I mean, we don't have to. You know, we're still have a contract right now with. So I don't even know if our client would want you to come.
That is a good point. We should actually maybe confer. Are we too deep now?
Where is Vaughn?
She's at this point 2 stories above you, 3rd floor.
30, 40 feet. I attempt to. What am I saying? Can she?
I mean, we got his name. We know he's Arcane Brotherhood.
Mhm.
Like, maybe she can give us some.
Can you go through walls with magic?
So I'm looking up right now.
Double check.
I know you can as long as you point in the proper direction.
Spells that follow Sterling can travel freely around corners at their openings, so technically, like, it could
So
leave.
just
Yeah, I'll do magical silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch come metal. Okay. Just to get technical.
Okay.
Where is she within?
we don't.
As she's not within.
Well, like above us.
So this sticks out of the ice itself, so she'd be standing outside of it if she's still around there.
Where was she last standing when we left?
She was standing at the opening of that tunnel. So
Which was-
that would have been like over here.
Okay. Oh, okay, got it.
Up here, up here. And
Got it. Okay. So then I'll focus that direction.
Okay.
And attempt to not hit the magical silence room. And I'll just relay his name, that it's a simulacrum, and basically like a pared down version of what he said to us. And have you heard of him? Can we trust him?
No response.
To not. So
The number you're trying to.
Flynn, you're trying, right?
the necromancer church.
Well, I don't trust you.
All right.
I don't know if I do better.
Can I walk over towards this door along the ceiling?
Sure.
See if I'm looking inside of it.
Yeah. Neither of them stop you.
Okay.
But is it just now down the next level where you're trying to get to?
Yes, it is just on the level below us. There is a thing down there as well that I recommend avoiding. But
What is it?
well, we haven't ventured to get too close to it, but it appears from what Krintos says to be a basilisk.
I wanted to be in front of this door before he did that.
Oh, he just moved over to the side.
Okay, but he was right here before, right?
Yeah.
Can we move him back right there?
You want him to be blocking the door?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
So as they're talking, I'm going to cast Arcane Lock on that door, indicating that only party members can open it.
Oh, I mean, so token-wise, he follows someone wherever he goes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was an oversight on my part. He's trying to stay close to his board, particularly now. Please, you're more than welcome to examine our quarters. Anything, if you'll help me, anything that we have found is yours. I mean, not being stuck in this stasis anymore is worth more to me than any sort of treasure that we can find in this place.
Well, I don't trust you, but I can understand that. Can I do a nature check on basilisks? See if I know anything about it?
Sure.
Jesus.
Anyone as well. What I've heard of basilisk.
Are there basilisks in Eberron? I will. If you tell me yes, I'm okay with that, but I don't know.
So 10 again.
Okay. Basically, just that their vision can turn you to stone.
So I kind of say to you closely,
Me?
yeah. Should I go and talk to Valen about this?
That might be. Yeah. I
You
think
guys can handle
you're the
this
safest
too.
to go on your own. Together, we're okay. You're the safest to go on your own. Do you have dark vision?
There are basilisks in our run.
Yeah, I just looked that there's a Basilisk Gaze pub. So I would assume that they would know basilisks are there.
Totally made up work.
I'm gonna drop down and cast Spider Climb on Tempest.
Fun.
Well, I guess you guys would have to tell me.
I was going to say, why? How do you...
I'm just trying to be helpful.
I think I would tell everyone, be like, hey, I think Tempest is going to go up and speak with Valen. And Molly, would you help her out?
Mm-hmm. So
She
I'm
can get
gonna
there faster.
let go of Spider Climb, try and land on the floor.
Go ahead and make that dex check. Dex or acrobatics, either way.
Okay, well, I don't do it gracefully.
Yeah, as you thud and shake the whole floor itself, some frost detaching from the walls, you are on the ground.
What's my modifier for remembering Basilisk with the history?
Nature.
18.
So you know that they can turn you to stone if they look at you through petrification. You also know that they have a nasty bite on top of that.
So I think I missed something. Why is there a Basilisk involved?
Well,
It's just down there.
our thought was that it came to get out of the cold. The cold doesn't generally bother us, but...
I'm sorry, my brain was like, how does the Basilisk turn him into a person?
Also,
No, it's
I
just
was like,
also
okay.
there, yes.
I thought that it was like part of the contraption. I was like, that's
Well,
suspicious.
what I'm using to turn me into a person is actually a rune chamber. It seems to be ancient Netherese technology, and it'll tell you itself, but that's what it does.
so I'm going to ask Tempest to help me up.
I help you out.
And while I do that, I will cast Spider Climb on you, because it requires touch.
Yes,
So I start to climb up and I go, do not try to take on that basilisk without me.
Oh, hell no.
Hugo's like legs in the hole. No. Never. No.
I'm gonna look at Z and
Message.
I'm gonna message back. I need to know what this does and if this works. Kind of think his fate's gonna be the same.
Wait, what?
Or like, I want to know what's gonna happen, but I'm prepared to kill him.
Oh, got it. I mean, if he turns out to be evil, then yeah, I think we kind of have to.
I kind of scoffed at the if.
I mean, you never know till you know. Okay, so Tempest is going to go back up. And we're going to go down.
Not without Tempest.
Well, so how many are there levels below this one to get to?
Yes, there is a hole below this hole.
And then is there... But so is this chamber directly beneath us that you're trying to get to?
Sorry. We've taken a little bit of time to map the space, as it were. Below us here, there is a bit of like a kitchen sort of dining room area, and it's out of that room into a hallway, and then the room chamber is there.
But it is on the next floor below us.
Yes.
Okay.
The base.
Yes.
What is to stop it from coming up through this hole and attacking us right now?
I assume it doesn't want the trouble. I'm honestly not sure. It's left us alone since we've been here. Krimtos had a little bit of a trouble with it briefly, but was able to make it back up. I'm not sure if it's having difficulty with the slickness of the walls or whatnot, but it made its way down there, and it seems to be holding up.
Do you have any advice for a burgeoning beginner wizard as a Samanthan yourself?
Advice from the guy that we might be killing.
To be fair, I think that at the end of the day, read everything you can get your hands on. I mean,
That has been my life's, kind of what I've lived by my entire life, honestly. So
if it's any help to you, and if you agree to help us, I'm happy to give you some books we found here. There's also an amulet. It's on the table in there, but we haven't found a use for it yet.
Oh, no. I'll immediately go to that.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. It's very difficult to pronounce.
I
ABDB. So after you've gone through the door there, he goes to show you the amulet. Some effort has been taken to arrange the contents of this upside-down room, creating a functional office. A table stands in the middle of the room, surrounded by small stacks of books. Lying on the table is a whirring amulet on a chain. And the amulet itself is basically iron with what appears to be wood etchings and a carved symbol in the center. Identify? Okay. Identifying it, it is a amulet of Shield Guardian.
Oh.
Well, I can't determine its purpose either, as I put it in my bag.
Yes, I take it, it's useless. If you're going to give me a life spark, then that's, worth more to me than some amulet.
Can I make a performance check to try and leave this room while they're still in it?
I will reiterate, they're being very friendly.
I understand.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
This giant metal man.
Go ahead.
So can I make eye contact with you?
Yeah.
And you message me?
Yeah.
Should I lock them in this room?
Let's not upset them until we need to.
Because this is my opportunity to do so.
No.
All right.
No.
I do nothing.
No. He doesn't think so.
All right, by this point, Tempest, you would have made it back up to the surface as you spider climbed your way speedily through this tower.
And it lasts for an hour, so you have enough for a return trip as well.
As long as she doesn't dawdle.
Tempest has never dawdled in her life.
Serving tea. Sounds just like Tempest.
Crumpets.
Hey, we encountered a guy down there. He's in the Arcane Brotherhood, I guess. Zahn. He wants us to help him. He wants to go to Ithrin too.
That bastard
Oh,
was supposed
wait.
to be dead.
It's not the real one. It's that
Simulacrum.
That thing.
Oh. Burn it. Kill it with fire. That thing is not meant to walk this earth. The world was served by the removal of Zahn from its surface. And God forbid another one begins to walk in its place. That man was... I won't claim to be some sort of saint by any means, but that man makes me look like one, I will say.
Okay.
He's not just killing random people. He needs a reason why.
There's he wants to explore more, and then he says something about a basilisk. But you're saying I should just go back down there and we should just kill him. And I don't know the word white. So and this ghoul looking thing.
He's still. I'm sorry. I assume they killed Krentos when they got rid of Zahn.
Oh.
If that thing's still alive, you might have a little bit of a harder time taking him out. But I will not travel with either of them, and I would recommend against you doing the same, as I will not travel with you with either of them. I respect your party greatly, but I will not help that man get anywhere close to Ithrin.
I mean, I was hoping there'd be bloodshed down there, so this has been good news. I will see you later. And I head back.
Tell the red wizard Valin says hi. See if he remembers.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
I will walk back into this room and be like, can I see the books that you found?
Oh, yes, of course.
Just while we're waiting.
I'm more than happy to please. I have the Lost Scrolls of Sabriel. It's written in Elvish. And he hands that over. Most of these books, I admit, are fairly either too destroyed or too specific to be of much greater use, and I have difficulty obtaining information from them.
Yes.
But the From Shadow Substance, Here Lies the King, and Ventatost.
Ventatost. That sounds
Ventatost.
interesting.
Yeah.
What language is that in?
It is in Netherese.
Oh.
It seems to use testimonial and conspiracy theories to piece together events leading up to the destruction of a Netherese city called Ventatost. Unfortunately, it did not help Yithrin from falling to the same fate.
Yes. I very much so want these books.
If you'll help me, please take them.
Of course. I'm more than willing to help you.
If
He starts putting the books in his bag.
excellent. So when can we begin?
Oh, we're just waiting on our compatriot to get back.
All right, fantastic. And he crosses over to wait by the hole for Tempest to return. Krintos gives you like side eye before following.
I hate to break it to you. Krintos was it? But my father was a Yeti, so you must be much more menacing than that.
Perhaps I'm more trying to let you know that I am on to your game, that I am too timid. Every word is excessively enunciated.
I've never been particularly good at games.
Clearly.
So how do we kill a basilisk
I imagine how you'd kill anything else.
without being turned to stone? Is it eye contact?
I would assume. Just don't look at it.
Hank got pretty high in that.
Yeah, if
Do
I
we
had
know
18,
how?
do I know anything like?
As far as like weaknesses or something along those lines?
Or how you get turned into.
I mean, you know that it's its gaze that turns you to stone.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets me a weakness or anything, but
you know, when you're in Roll20 and you have so many things open, but when you have them like closed, they kind of go opaque or like half opaque. I kept opening Basilisk over and over again because it was sitting there open on my page. With an 18, you know that there's not really any specific weaknesses.
okay.
I mean, you kill it like you kill anything else, like
Burn with fire.
your group said.
Burn it with fire. All right. So we wait for Tempest.
Okay.
Tempest comes back down.
Yes.
Okay, I drop down. I run up to Krintos, and as I'm going by Zon, I say, Flynn says hello, and I attack him. Krintos.
Okay.
And I shout, Flynn says we should wipe him out.
Okay. And with that, everybody roll for initiative, and Tempest, roll for attack.
Can I say that it's not a guiding bolt prep?
No, it's way too long.
Oh, I would have given you advantage.
No, we started late.
Or do you
For
already
my
have
attack
advantage? No, on your initiative.
I already
You already
have
have that.
advantage, but I think I get off.
I get advantage? Thank God, I just rolled a 1.
Okay.
We're just going to pretend that I do that every morning. We wake up.
If I can rage first, would you say I can rage in this kind of
Yeah,
surprise?
yeah.
Okay, so rage, then that's going to be 12 plus 7, 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Can I attack twice?
Shit,
Or is this,
This will just be a single one, so
Okay.
that's a surprise, yeah.
that's nice. 3 plus 7, 10 damage.
And what kind of damage is it?
Oh,
Slashing.
yeah, slashing. It's my axe. And then bonus action or no?
Yeah, you can have a bonus.
Okay, then lightning, so dex save.
So that was how much damage? I'm so
So
sorry.
10 slashing.
Okay. Okay, and then the lightning.
And then he gets a dex save
Thank
for that.
you. I have so much less space to work with now. It's very strange. Okay. That is an 11 for him.
That meets it. So he takes half, which is half of 1, so none.
It's always minimum 1.
Yeah. All right. Grintos gets slammed into the wall as you do that, but as you feel the axe crack into his armor, he looks up and his eyes are ablaze with anger. And now, what is everybody's initiative?
14.
Okay. And Rio?
3.
All right.
Bruh.
It was a 1 and a
Bro!
Awesome. And Hugo? 8.
What?
Z?
17!
Oh my gosh. Okay. And that was Altus, and this is going to be Tempest.
I'm on 10.
10, okay. Excellent. And they are somewhere else. Okay. And with that, we will start the round with... my autocorrect got some fun names here. Z.
Okay. Z is going to back up 1 square diagonally.
Okay.
And he's going to throw... I don't have one.
It's perfect for this situation.
I know.
Everyone's so focused on Fireball, but Lightning Bolt in boss situations is much more useful.
We're going to go with a Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
So...
And you're firing that against Krintos?
No, we're going against Zon.
Okay.
That is a... Oh, Lord, what's my friggin' free frick?
I'm unsure of where that is on the character sheet.
That's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So 2d8. 6. We're gonna go with... Oh, hey, look at that. We're gonna go with 13... What was that? Wait.
Jeez.
13 lightning damage.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, he is also taken aback and slammed against the wall next to his bodyguard as we move from Z down to Altus.
I'm going to immediately Guiding Bolt Zon.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it at 2nd level.
All right, and that'll be a dex save from him, correct? Or is that a roll?
It is.
It's a roll.
Thank you.
If I can find it.
There's 2 that I mixed up there.
Yes. Spell attack. So then I go, no, don't. Thank you.
You're so guilty about attacking them. I know Tempest would do it, but I don't.
Oh, well, that's a nat 20.
Whoa! Okay, give me that damage, buddy.
That's max plus roll, right?
Max plus roll.
That's 2nd level.
Okay.
So that's 5d6. So that's 30.
Do you need some d6?
I don't have that many d6s, so maybe.
There's
I
4.
require 1 more d6. Got him.
Wait.
Here's the biggin.
Yes.
Since you said it was ridiculous earlier.
It did say it was ridiculous. Listen to how many.
Amazing.
Come back to us when you cast Fireball.
6, 8,
Quarter.
12, 17 damage. So
Oh,
47 total.
Okay. As you hit him with that, he immediately dissolves into a pile of snow as wisps of shadow evaporate into the air around him.
Malay breathes a sigh of relief as he has the books.
Excellent. And that's going to bring us from Altus down to Tempest.
Okay, I
Did
attack
Tempest
twice
see
with my axe.
I hope Tempest saw that.
She's standing right next to you. Of course she saw it.
Did she see him throw it?
Okay, so 26 and 21.
Both of those will hit.
And then do another dex save. 14.
hits.
1, and then 21 slashing.
Okay, 21 slashing. Okay. Excellent. And then he got a 5.
So then he takes 5 lightning. As well.
Yeah, girl.
He is looking, at this point, not great. As he's still angry at all of you. And we're on Hugo.
Hugo will. I had other plans when there was 2 of them. I will.
You gotta be a cat.
I'm less effective now that there's less people.
Yeah, exactly.
Improvise. Adapt.
I'm gonna do Scorching Ray.
Okay. Excellent. Give me that fire.
Toast that move.
Isn't it 3 volts?
Yeah.
It's like toasting a marshmallow. Because it's alive.
Ooh, that's
It's raw.
phenomenal.
Awesome.
All of it is so good. It's an 11,
Nope.
13,
Nope.
and a 16.
Hits.
Okay, cool. Got 1. That's awesome. I've
2d6,
been rolling like shit.
You're just still so relieved that you are like not
Alive, yeah.
That's 9.
Okay.
We find out that the tadpole is actually what gave him his power.
Slowly
It's a
dwindling.
symbiote.
All right. Excellent. And that's going to bring us from Hugo down to him. And he is going to lash out at Tempest in front.
Actually, I would like to spend a reaction using my sentinel feat to attack him when he does that.
Okay.
Well, that's not great. Never mind.
Okay. As he ducks under your swipe and continues to attack against her, he is going to use his life drain.
Ooh.
And I need a Constitution check from Tempest.
Save or check?
Check. Save. Save. Save.
24.
All right, and that is a success. But he will still do 7 necrotic damage. All right, and that's going to also allow him to do 1 more attack against you for 15.
Nope.
All right, and that's going to bring us from Tempest down to what I have written here as Manly, which I believe is Mala. Thanks, autocorrect.
Mala does have a weird name, so that makes sense.
Oh, I have Ahi, Agus, Tempest, Hugo, Bad, Manly.
Bad.
So that's a 23 for the first attack.
Okay, hits.
14 for the second attack.
Does not hit.
And then for my bonus action attack is a 22.
Hits.
Okay, so 2. So that's 7 thunder damage and 10 thunder damage. So 17 thunder damage altogether.
And it falls to the ground rattled and no longer on the board. You are out of initiative.
Firebolt or encircle.
All right.
Fucking around.
As you do that, the building settling down from the quake of the battle around you, that is where we will end tonight. So thank you all so much for joining us for our first live game.
Real quick, I want to just stomp the head
Okay.
to pace.
I mean, it's basically Ash after the fire.
Well, let you stomp it first, then I'll burn the piece.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Teamwork, guys. Teamwork. Thank you all so much for joining us as we figured out our technical difficulties. We should have better sound as we go on because we figured out another solution aside from just having the one mic in the middle of the table, but we didn't have time to do it without pushing back further. So next week we'll be back into our normal schedule. Thank you so much to all of our patrons who helped us actually get back together because we got to be able to, put around some of the equipment that you see here. As we are super appreciative of Sparky, David, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Johnny Mac. And with that, we wish you friends, fun, and natural 20s. We'll see you guys in a half hour after the after party for Candlekeep. Thanks.